Hi guys, and welcome to my art studio. My name is Miriam. Well, today I'm going to show you how to paint this pretty painting. So I really hope you are ready to go. I'll just put the colors up here to the right so you can see what colors we're going to work with. But let's get started with the painting. Okay, so I have just used my ruler to measure out where the middle of the paper is, and it's here. And then I will grab this one because we're going to make a circle and put the pointy part in the middle of the paper and go around like that and make a perfect circle. And then I'm going to use my rubber to just take away those lines. But carefully, you can also use a net gun to do the job, so you don't get all the small fnulers. And next I will draw in some stems. So I know where to put my masking fluid. Because that will be the next step after I just drawn in these stems. And you can just draw them in randomly where you think they will fit. And just make some curves and some turns on the stems so they look natural. I think this is fine. And then we are going to use some masking fluid. And remember to shake it first. And I always have this lid from a milk carton, and I just put in some masking fluid in this one so that the whole thing in the bottle won't dry out. Oops. And then I have this very old brush. I think I found it in a flea market. So I will grab this one and a soap bar and some water. And then I will just rub the brush in the soap, because this will help that the bristles on the brush won't get damaged when I use the masking fluid. And then I will begin to make some small dots on the paper where the little white flowers will be. And I will just continue with making these flowers, and yes, then I will return and I will show you where I have put all the masking fluid. Okay, let me just show you where I've put the masking fluid. Like that. Just put it on in small dots. And now we're going to have to wait for the whole thing to dry before we can continue with the painting. Okay, so I have pre-mixed my colors here in my watercolor palette. And I've used perylene green, a dark green, and a color called Moonlight, I believe it is. It's a dark purple color. If you don't have it, you can mix Payne's gray with some purple. And here I got a green mix, and this is a mix between sap green, permanent green, and a little bit of Payne's gray. But the first thing we do is to wet the paper. So we wet the whole circle, because the first thing we're going to do is to work wet in wet. So just be careful around the edges of the circle and just drop in some water. It's nice to have a large brush to do the job. And this brush contains quite a lot of water because it's nature hair brush. And I really love to use those for watercolor because they have the ability to hold a lot of paint. So you don't have to go to your watercolor palette all the time to get the color. So, and now everything is nice and wet. I go in with this purple color, and I just want this painting to be quite delicate in the colors, not too strong. So this is quite a watery mix, and this is the background color. So I'm dropping it into the background. And I'm not going all the way down, but a little bit lower in some places. And making sure that the color is even all over the place. And we don't want any hard edges in the background. That is why we wet the paper first. And I'm just lifting off some of the water. Okay. And then we go in with our green mix. And I begin down here at the bottom because this is where the green will be most visible. And I'm just adding some water to the color because I don't want the color to be too strong to begin with. I'm also adding a little bit here in the background and allow this to flow out as well into the background. And just make sure to keep some of the background lower down in the painting as well. Yes, and that was it for the first wash. We will now let this dry and then I will come back. Okay, so now everything is dry, but I want to add some more into the background. I want the background to be a little bit darker. So I'm going to wet the whole thing again. And then I'm going to drop in some more of that moon glow purple color. So now I go in again with some of the moon glow, just to darken the background a little bit. And we can also go in with some more of the green color, mostly down here at the bottom of the painting. And now I'm just taking a clean brush and just helping the color distribute on the page. Okay, so now this has to dry. And if you're a little bit impatient like I can be, I use a hairdryer. So I'll just dry this off and then we will continue. So now I have switched to a size 2 brush, pointy, because now we're going to paint in the stems. And I've also mixed on my palette some Indian red, because the lower part of the stems will be in Indian red and then they will turn green up in the painting. So let's just begin with that. And in some places I will not paint the stem all the way down, because perhaps there will be a leaf here or something like that going through, so it will look more natural. I have also mixed up a stronger mix of the green, so I'm going to use that on the top part of the stem. And yeah, just painting in the stems and allow them to flow together down here where they meet. And I will do like this on the rest of the stems. So now I painted in the stems, and then we're going to paint some leaves here and there. So I'm still using my size 2 brush, and I'm just going to paint some leaves in different places, and they are not very large, they are small leaves. And be careful not to put your hand into the wet paint. And here at the bottom of the painting, I'll be more loose with my brush and just dab on some color. And always, you can always take some clean water to help the color flow out a little bit. Now I have to mix up some more of the green paint. And I would also like to mention my Facebook group, Miriam Thompson Art Studio Community. It could be great to see you there. And I would so much love to see your paintings if you are following my videos. It could be really great to see your artwork. And at the moment there's not a lot of action going on, but if more people begin to share their paintings and so on, it could be a really nice community. And yeah, and I will put some more effort into the group and perhaps make some challenges and also some only Facebook group people get to know about stuff. So yeah, so it would be nice to see you there. Could be great. yeah. And I'm shifting between color and clean water just to help the color flow out a little bit. Like that. And now I will go in with my dark green. And I will go in here around the flowers between with some of that dark green just to define them a little bit. And this will give some depth to the painting. And also, yeah, make the white flowers pop. And you can make this painting in different sizes. If you are a person who likes to make cards, you can just make a small circle on a small piece of card and then just follow this tutorial just in a smaller scale, and you could really get some very pretty cards. And I think this painting could look very beautiful in a frame as well. So there are many possibilities. And I will also make some grasses here with this darker green to make some interest in the painting as well. Like that. I think that looks quite pretty. So now we have to make this or let this dry, and then we're going to remove all the masking fluid. So now it's time to remove the masking fluid, and I'll just do that gently with my finger. Like that. So now I've removed the masking fluid, and I think this is so pretty. And you can always, you know, add in a little bit of green in the white if you feel like it needs a little something here and there. But not too much. We really do want to keep those nice wide areas. So yes, and you know, you can completely, you know, experiment with the colors you're using for the background and also the green colors. Perhaps you want a more vibrant, colorful painting, so you can just do that. I just liked that this was a little bit delicate in the colors and yeah, peaceful. So yes, so that was it for this tutorial today. I really hope you found it useful. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos from me, and hit the notification bell, because then you will get notified when I upload new videos. Okay, bye for now, be well, and see you again in another video.